Ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Briscoe and Nas is officially going down. I hope, because it was officially going down the last time, but Isaiah Briscoe had to back out because he had other endeavors going on in China, which I can't knock him for that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, playing in China, especially in this current market, they throwing out bags. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely could not knock him for that. I can't say that's ducking. You know what I'm saying? He signed a contract. He was going to play. He even said if he does play, it's going to be on off the dribble. Now the game is supposed to happen in November 8th, I believe, on off the dribble and Ball is Life. So he was a man of his word. So that leads me to think that he was never ducking. It was just the bag from China made more sense, you know what I'm saying, for his career, or even the film, you know what I'm saying, rather than playing a 1v1 out in the States. So, better late than never. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to see it at that event, especially with School playing Lamar and all things like that. Event would have been crazy. So now this event's going to be in Briscoe's hometown. It's going to get wicked. Like, yeah, max security for sure. But I also found some not unreleased, but some footage of him playing one-on-one that no one's talking about right now. So I said, wait a minute, let me get on Sell on Air, and we're going to go ahead and talk about Isaiah Briscoe and his most recent 1v1 footage. Let's go ahead and see how he's moving and how he's looking. Can I pause it from my keyboard? No, I can't. Oh my gosh. How do you rewind that? Can you rewind on here? Run it back. Fuck it. That's disgusting. Now, I was once told me and Briscoe looked alike. Where in the hell do y'all see that? I was in high school, you know what I'm saying, and in college. They're like, oh shoot, Sell and Zay. I said, Zay who? They're like, Zay Briscoe. I said, I don't look nothing like that nigga. Then it was Michael Ealy. Then it was Spencer Dinwiddie. And then it was Quinn Cook. And then it was a light-skinned DeAndre Jordan. But that's when I had the goatee, so I had to go to full beard out because I couldn't keep hearing these nasty comparisons. Look in shape, though. Ooh, we look in shape. Now let me say this though. These ones is way different from playing that environment they're gonna play on. I believe it's on November 8th. Way different environment. You dig what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be almost probably 1,000, you know what I'm saying, 1,000 people up in that thing. The crowd, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying? Hot breath everywhere, niggas with no deodorant. Yeah, but like they're gonna be used to playing in those environments. I'm not saying that, but it's just gonna be a little bit of a different 1v1 going to 30. I'm not sure if he's played 1v1s going to 30 in that magnitude that we've seen at least. You know what I'm saying? 5v5 playing in front of 20, 30,000 in college is way different from playing a 1v1 to 30 on this scene. You dig what I mean? So I'm not saying he's not gonna be prepared for it. I think he will be prepared for it. I think he'll perform very well. But I will say it's just a different ball game, you know what I'm saying? So I hope he doesn't go into it thinking like, oh, I'm big dog and, you know, just overconfident. Like, you know, still respect your opponent because Nas is, you know, he's one of the biggest dogs in this department, the 1v1 space. So I mean, I've always loved Zay's 1v1 game. You know what I mean? I've been watching and studying for a while. So especially when he's at Kentucky with Tyler, it's like I always say. But yeah, he's gonna hop into the side, bro. It's gonna be freaking fire to see because he's gonna hop into the side and he's gonna be a fan favorite. People gonna like the way he moves, like the way he pop it. So yeah, but that 1v1 to 30 on his side is gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little different. So I'm very interested to see how he adapts and adjusts. That's tough. And then I saw Nasir Core. Oh yeah. Post this on the story. So So hear me out. I think Nas already know what type of game he finna get into. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those games that could potentially not end. The stakes gonna be too high. It's gonna be too much money on the flow. And then don't let any of them feel like they getting cheated. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, you got to make sure that the courts, there's enough space for everybody and there's maximum security in that thing because, I fear the game not going in. That's just my fear going into it. I'm for sure going to watch. I'm going to support the guys for sure. Like, I'm going to watch the game. I just want the game to end. You know what I'm saying? I want there to be a winner and a loser. I don't want there to be an unfortunate situation or circumstance that happens because of the stakes of the game, you know? But Nas is now practicing boxing, and it's not ironic. In my personal opinion, I think he's doing them saying, hey, he protects yourself at all times. Now I will say boxing's different, bro. Like, he's not as twitchy, you know. But boy, if he connect with that's ox strength. But yeah, like, you know, he's definitely not no pure boxer. Didn't expect him to be. But if he connect with somebody, chin might fly. That right hand. Also, Nas is so flat-footed too, so like them punches, they're just gonna look a little awkward. Don't mean they're not as strong, but yeah, man, I'm excited to see Isaiah Briscoe and Nas play. My final synopsis is this, man. Early thoughts of it is this will be the game of the year for sure. It was never Kyrie and Nas for me, right? I was interested to see what Kyrie would do, you know what I'm saying, after him and Nas that popped, whatever the case may be. But like, this is gonna be the game of the year. Lamar and Scoob was up there, but like, there's just too much implications with this game right here. You know, this is the game that, like, this is the only game I think could replace the magnitude of a Nas versus Rob, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Nas versus Lance, Nas versus a John Wall, Nas, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is, like John Wall's name for sure is like, yeah, that's that. But matchup wise, Briscoe, Nas, they've been talking for too long. They played in the big three. They got a little history. Like, this is the only matchup beside Nas and Rob that I think is really going to be the one. This is going to be the matchup of the year. Shit, damn near, I'm trying to think of a better matchup I've seen on YouTube since if this goes through. Like, there's been a lot of great matchups, but like, this is a high magnitude one, man. Even the Lance and Bees, like, that was just like for the culture. That was history. But yeah, Nas and Briscoe gonna be that one until Nas and Rob, if they lace up, which I don't think they ever will. But I do think if there is a winner, if they played before, you know, the original event, I had Nas winning for sure, no doubt. But now, like, seeing how good in shape Briscoe is in, how he's moving, it's gonna be a good game, man. I still wouldn't be shocked if Nas got this dub. In some people's eyes, Nas is the underdog because of Briscoe's accolades and his background and things like that and what he's done in the basketball space, which is fair. But in 1v1 scene, man, he's had his fair share. So, but I mean, I also wouldn't be shocked if Briscoe won either. You know, if Briscoe wins, I see it happening this way, bro. I think Briscoe wins, but if he gets hot early, you know, and capitalizes on his offensive possessions. Now for Nas, if he's not knocking that jab three down, he's not necessarily gonna be able to bully Briscoe all the way to the paint like that. So that jab three is gonna be very pivotal for Nas, and for Briscoe gonna live in that mid range too. So it's gonna be really interesting contrasting styles because Briscoe can also shoot three, Nas shoot three. You know what I'm saying? They both can play in the mid-range. They both can get to the bucket. They both can kind of do all the things. Briscoe might be a little shiftier. Nas may be a little oxy, stronger going downhill. So if he uses that strategy to attack Briscoe's legs, it could be very effective. For Briscoe, if he just gets Nas just catches, you know what I'm saying, haymaker, right hook, quick, like 10, 12 straight. Get Nas, okay, put some pressure on Nas to where like not every one of his offensive possessions matters that much more. That could be a way Briscoe could win. But also too, man, if Briscoe just outplays him. But Briscoe got to play defense though too. So it's gonna be interesting, man. We haven't seen a lot of footage of Briscoe, especially in this 1v1 scene. So it's hard to make a full like analysis and synopsis on it. So, but like for Nas, we've seen so much, so we know what to expect and what we're gonna see. Especially how he destroyed Kyrie in that last match, but Kyrie just let him shoot. I don't envision Briscoe's gonna let Nas shoot like that. So we'll have another talk about this when it gets close to the date. I might hop on with the ABC crew and we might break it down to something as a unit. But yeah, that's my early thoughts about this matchup, man. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, November 8th, bro. It's gonna be one for the books, man. I'm excited. Freaking excited, y'all. Peace. We have this.